What is up, NFC East football fans, and welcome into another edition of the NFC East Roundtable. We've finally made it. We are officially 1 week, almost to the minute, from the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Things get underway in Lambeau this time next week. This time tonight, we are going to be running through all 7 rounds of the 2025 NFL Draft, a full mock draft with all 4 teams in the NFC East. That's coming your way tonight on the NFC East Roundtable. Before we dive into it, as always, want to let you know that we are powered by Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code RTS once you download the app. That'll get you a $1,000 bonus credit plus a free pick. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code RTS. That gets you a $1,000 bonus credit plus a free pick. And without further ado, let's bring in the fellas. Boys, so good to see you. It's been far too long, but finally we are here. Draft season is upon us. KB's been talking about it for what feels like a year, and it's finally here. So, KB, no more videos next week. You'll be doing recap videos as opposed to preview videos, and hopefully the guys you wind up taking have you in a different situation next year, where we're talking about January and February as opposed to April, like many teams next week have been looking forward to for quite some time. So obviously we have Jay Tuck in the building, Eagle L and KB. Rio could not be with us tonight, but we should have a Commanders representative on their way. Currently, I think, tied up with the Bleacher Report mock draft going down right now. Check that out a little bit earlier. Wildness going on. When I got out of there, Jalen Milroe had just gone to the Steelers at 21. So craziness over there. Let's see what kind of craziness we get into on here, fellas. We're going to dive into it. We're going to be doing PFF. All 4 teams are selected, as mentioned, all 7 rounds. Got it on the turbo mode. I like to ask, because we were talking about sliders before we hopped on here, anything on these sliders that you like to adjust before you hop in?
Let it rip, man. Let it rip.
Yeah.
Let it rip. We will. I like it. That's my type of mindset, and we pretty much know right now KB's on the clock as we dive in. We know what the Titans are going to do. We think we know what the Browns are going to do at number 2.
Watch them go like Ted McMillan or something.
Let's take a peek and see how it goes down as we kick off the 2025 NFC East Roundtable mock draft. And it goes as planned at the top. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, 1 and 2. KB, the moment you've been waiting for, pick number 3. You are on the clock. Talk me through.
All right. So just looking at the board, what we got right now, seems like a pretty easy answer for me. And I got to throw up the watches. No, I'm just playing. I'm going to go Abdul Carter here.
What?
Yes, I'm taking Abdul
Philly
Carter.
native?
For me, yes, I know that hurts me a lot. But listen, the Giants already took a New York Jets fan once upon a time in Saquon Barkley, so I don't think it's going to hurt too much taking Abdul Carter. So really in this draft process, it's really between Travis and Abdul for me. I don't think the Giants are interested in Shedeur Sanders after everything they did in the offseason with trying to get Matt Stafford and then trying to get Aaron Rodgers for so long, then eventually leaving him and getting Russell Wilson and bringing in Jameis Winston. Like they're doing so much in preparation before the draft to not put themselves in a position to have to take one here. So that tells me that they're not really in love with Shedeur Sanders, and I think they're going to go best player available, and in this case is Abdul Carter.
So many people were looking at it one of 2 ways. One, the way you just mentioned it, KB, where it looks like the Giants did enough this offseason to at least feel comfortable going into 2025 at the quarterback position. Others were looking at it saying, maybe some 3D chess here. Take those 2 guys, make it seem as though the Giants aren't going to go quarterback. If it were up to you, is this the pick you would like to make personally? Not just what the Giants would do. Is this the way you'd want to go heading into next year?
Yeah, if the board ends up like that with Travis taking number 2, I would definitely take Abdul Carter, and then vice versa. If Abdul Carter was taken number 2, I would take Travis Hunter. Now, it's really going to be a conversation if Cleveland goes Shedeur Sanders, and now you have both the guys I want in Travis and Abdul, and I would use every second possible in that war room to figure out who's best for the team, because both are phenomenal players. But I think I would lean more towards Abdul Carter. He's my best player in this draft for me, and it's very close between him and Travis, and I always flip-flop throughout the months. But as of right now, I like Abdul Carter more. So
that's the craziness of the offseason. It felt like this time last month, maybe a little earlier, Shedeur to Cleveland, all but inevitable. All of a sudden, that's not even a thought. Most people think Travis Hunter is going to be a Cleveland Brown. But like you mentioned, KB, anything could happen if Cleveland does go Shedeur. That could really throw a wrench into things. But the Giants aren't going to Shedeur. You're going Abdul Carter with pick 3. We'll keep an eye on where Sanders ends up going. Before I move on here, Jay Tuck, any interest in trading up here? Or are you sticking with the 12th pick?
I'm going to stick with the 12th pick. I know the Dallas Cowboys, we don't have the courage to trade up. If anything, we would trade back. But I'm going to stick and pick just for the sake of time.
Stick and pick. Abdul Carter goes to the Giants at 3, and the Cowboys are now on the clock at 12. We're talking about Walter Nolen off camera. He's on there. Plenty of good players there, Jay Tuck, to choose from.
Cowboys Nation, this is that doomsday scenario I've been trying to get everyone prepared for because it just happened. So Matthew Golden went extremely early at 9. Yikes. Then you have Tech go right after that, and then you have Genty off the board. So what would the Cowboys do? I think this would 1,000% be a trade back situation, and it gets spooky, to be honest with you guys. It does have Walter Nolen there, but for me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going with the Hampton running back out of North Carolina at this spot.
Wow, already at 12. Talk me through that, Jay Tuck, because it's not often on many mock drafts you see him this high.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Hampton. I feel like, a lot of people was talking about Ashton Genty, who's phenomenal, but I don't feel like it's a massive drop-off from Hampton. The Dallas Cowboys do need a running back. When it comes to the running back room, even though they brought in Miles Sanders, who Al is familiar with, and also Javonte Williams. Hampton is a game changer, and we need that with Dak Prescott coming off a hamstring injury. And ideally, it would be either Mack or maybe Golden for me. Now, another person that I would strongly consider, but I don't think the Cowboys got the courage to do it, would be Luther Burden. I'm a huge Luther Burden fan out of the University of Missouri. I like his upside potential. We need a wide receiver opposite of actually, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, let me hold on.
This is my draft, right? By the way,
this is my draft, right? It's not with the Cowboys.
This is your draft, and I wanted to mention to you, by the way, you do have a couple of trade offers. One I thought was interesting based on what you're looking to do here was Tampa Bay 19 looking to move up. So you have Minnesota, Baltimore, and Tampa Bay. But I feel like with what you're doing here, you could probably get away with it while also trading with Tampa.
Yeah, give me that Tampa trade. Yeah, Tampa, if they want it, come get that first, and then let's see if I can get 84.
That's going to go through right away, it says.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So Dallas moving back from 12 to 19, looking at Hampton, but going to try to take the value with moving back, getting that extra pick. So we're going to lock that in, resume it, and he's still on the board. And for the most part, it seems based on what you're looking at here, Jay Tuck, that was the right move moving back with Tampa.
That's the right move. But now I got that extra pick to play with. Actually, here, you know what? I'm going Luther Bird. This is Jay Tuck draft, man. We'll see what the Cowboys do on Thursday. I'm going with Luther Bird, man. I love this kid out of University of Missouri. Have him opposite of CeeDee Lamb and a trade back. Phenomenal kid, man. I watched him closely, even though I'm anti-Missouri. Like when it comes to being a Kansas football guy, Mizzou was like our Philadelphia Eagles, but Luther Burden's explosive, right? He's a yak guy, can get the ball out in space. He's only 21 years old. He's explosive, punt returns, you name it. So I would
route runner too. Good route runner,
clean. Yeah, I'm going Luther Burden. This is my draft. You know what I'm saying? So let me cook. I'm going Luther Burden.
Jay Tuck draft. Now, Jay Tuck, I gotta ask. You go with Luther Burden here. What does the tandem of Burden and Lamb look like heading into next season the way you see it?
Fireworks for me personally, and it's needed, right? Because we lost Brandon Cooks. You guys probably couldn't name our wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 3. I know we, got Jonathan Mingo and Paris Campbell. That's just not enough, right? So we need more fireworks. I'm going Luther Burden.
Now I do want to address this because Antonio is saying something that I think maybe others might think as well, and he's saying Luther Burden over Hampton and Nolen. Not that it's the wrong choice, Jay Tuck, but defend your position on why you choose to go Burden here when many others with maybe the same pick would choose to go one of the top end defensive guys on the board.
Because one, we already re-signed Osa Digizua to a big contract. So if we're going to go defensive tackle, we probably need a nose tackle, and Walter Nolen isn't that, right? He's going to be 3. And then when it comes to running back room, I mean, everybody should know how deep this class is. Trust me, I got something up my sleeve with the next pick. So if I'm able to trade back, get my wide receiver in Luther Burden that can come in and be that Z wide receiver, instant impact, I'm taking Luther Burden. And then we'll circle back around. I got something to tie back into that.
I love it. Luther Burden goes to the Cowboys at pick 19 off the trade back with Tampa. And like you mentioned, J-Tuck, this is a deep running back class. I got a feeling at 44, you're going to have a choice of a couple of guys to add to that running back room.
Can I try to trade before we go? Can I try to trade?
Absolutely.
Pick 20?
Yeah, so pick 20. Let me slow it down.
Are you jumping back in the first, greedy?
I am.
I'm guessing what based on how the board's looking right now, KB, Shadur in play here at 20.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm trying to jump ahead of Pittsburgh there.
I love the mindset. It feels like Pittsburgh
could be the guy to get Carter and then Shadur.
Ooh.
I would have loved it. We got Travis and Shadur. That would have been amazing. Not in this scenario.
All right, so I got to slow it down because if I don't, then
you got to hit the trade. You got to go to
Yeah,
trade.
slow
I
it
think
down.
we do it
I think I see it. I see
think
a guy I want, man.
I think
I got to lock Burden in. I got to go really slow, I think, here in order to.
I think you could trade it now, right? I think you can do a.
You can only do.
It's locked in.
Your team. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
You can't do future picks with the other teams.
You gotta
Okay, so
do
you'll just have to stop it real quick. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right, so let's test out my quickness here. Luther Burden to the Cowboys, and then let's wait a minute. Wait, what the hell?
Pause.
Eric. Damn.
Why didn't it let me pause the?
I don't know. I don't know why.
You see that?
I did see that. It's all right. It's all right. We can let it slide. That's fine. That's fine.
Trade it with the Chargers.
What should we see what Pittsburgh does?
All right. Yeah. See what Pittsburgh does. Let's go.
All right. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Watch them go Shador.
Perfect
I'm
time.
gonna have to trade it.
It's fine. I just wanted to make it fun. It's fine.
PFF.
I probably
There we go.
No kidding.
yeah.
Hey, but I need to trade
Blue
up,
pause
man.
button. I guess it was not in the cards, KB, because it popped up the second.
Yeah. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. That's okay.
Oh, such a bummer. Well, maybe we can try for Milrow or Dart later. I know those guys are way up the board. We'll see what happens. We'll dial back in here.
I'm marching for Arch.
The
I
march.
want to trade. Don't start it.
Oh,
You want to trade?
Yeah. Did my guy get picked? It looked like he did not. I could trade up in front of Washington.
All right.
Oh, perfect.
Let me know in advance because this thing, let me tell you something. This thing moves. All right. So what are we thinking? Eagle Al?
I don't give him my 32.
And don't nobody pick up when Howie calls, man. Don't let them trade up, man.
Don't pick up. Yeah, if Howie calls you, don't pick up. You're gonna get fleeced. You're gonna get fleeced.
You could offer see if they take like that fourth or something. I don't know. Yeah.
This would go through.
You'll go through. Yeah.
Perfect.
Detroit can't help it.
Let it rip, Eagle Al.
Man.
Let it rip.
Letting it rip. All right, we got a couple of trades. Let's go. Philly goes from 32 to 28, takes Detroit's pick. What was the move up for, Al? I got a feeling I know what it is.
We got to take him right here. I wanted Starks, but he gone. But this going to make our interior better. It's going to make it a lot better.
Here we go. I know they.
Unbelievable.
You get Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
You have Walter Nolen. I just gave it up. Then you got Nolan Smith, who's going to be coming back. You got a Jalix Hunt or Azeez Ojulari, whoever we start on the other side.
Azeez.
You got a top tier D line. You got a top tier D line right here. So we got to go Walter Nolan, man.
Made the Kansas City Chiefs look like seaweed squad 3 months ago. Now
if Philly finds a way to do this, bro. If Philly finds a way to do this, it's like they always get away with murder in these drafts. Right. Always. A 4th round pick for Walter Nolen is like, oh my.
You know how funny this is I was telling you guys off air that I've done a million of these mock drafts. One of them had Nolan falling to the Bills. And of course, the second we hop on here, he winds up falling all the way down to 28. But listen, the Eagles have done stuff like this before. They strike while the iron's hot, and it's burning right now, Al. So you locking that in, Walter Nolan?
Yes, I am. I see people like, why are you trading up for Walter Nolan? Do you see the teams right there?
Yeah, it makes so much sense. It makes plenty of sense.
Chiefs.
Absolutely. You don't want to take the chances that he gets taken.
No, yeah, he's not getting past that run right there for sure. So hell of a move. It only cost you, what was it, a 4th rounder to go up and get Walter Nolen. 8th overall player on the board. For some reason tonight, PFF said, let's make him the 28th player off the board. He's a Philadelphia Eagle, and we play the Bills play your Eagles this year, Al. So maybe take it a little easy on us if this winds up going the way going so far. All right, so we don't have a Commanders rep with us tonight, but in the spirit of fairness, we said we'd put our minds together and do right by Rio and the
kicker. Kicker on. You need a kicker right now.
This is an easy one for them, but I don't want to do it for it. Whatever.
Who's the best punter they got on the board? You guys? Let's take a peek.
There you go.
Fitz.
Go ahead and give him Ryan Fitzgerald. They need a kicker for the future.
Amari and Hampton hands down here.
Yeah, I'd probably go Amari in too. I'll be honest with you.
You think so?
Seems like I don't think he falls past Washington. That's the last piece to their offense is a solid, consistent running game. Like Brian Robinson is all right, but Jaden Daniels getting a feature back in Amari and Hampton would be nuts.
That line, bro.
I hate helping him out, man. Give him James Pierce.
I couldn't agree more. Hampton seems like the play. That already seems scary. Just thinking of what Jaden Daniels did in his rookie year. You add Hampton to the fold there. I think it's a hell of a pick, especially at this spot. So, Rio, I think you'll be pleased with us.
And Rio would have taken it. Rio, last time we spoke to Rio, he wanted
Rio would
Hampton.
took Hampton. He would easily took Hampton.
All right, so he's stoked on it. Rio, you're welcome. I think everybody so far is off to a killer start. Rio, or excuse me, not Rio, KB. You're up again.
Yeah.
Pick 34,
right.
the second pick of day 2. What do you got?
Man, you know what's crazy? I see a lot of Giants fans always getting Josh Connerly at this spot. I love Josh Connerly. He's the best pass protecting tackle in this draft. It's unfortunate that the Giants don't really necessarily need a tackle right now. I wish we needed a tackle so we can get Josh Connerly, but I'm good with Jermaine Illuminor at right tackle. And of course, we got Andrew Thomas. I just can't get myself to get another tackle in here. I'd like to look at the interior offensive lineman.
Yep.
Is my guy taken? Oh my God, Donovan Jackson's taken already.
Yeah, this position falls off pretty drastically off the top.
Yeah.
What else are we looking at, KB?
Let's take a look at defensive interior. Oh wow, Derek Harmon is ranked 42. What is Trevor Sycamore doing? I'm phoning it in. Give me Derek Harmon right there. Adding that finesse to the interior defensive line with the power of Dexter Lawrence. Oh my God. Give me Derek Harmon, baby.
6'5", 310. Look at that pass rush grade. Unbelievable. Plus, not half bad in the run department either. A huge human. And I think one thing we could all agree on, the Giants had an underrated defense last year. And if you go and add a guy like Harmon in the mix here as well, get that offense to come along, man. I love the pick, KB. Derek Harmon falls into the second round. KB locks him in at pick 34. We'll speed it up a little bit here.
I love Tyleek as well, but Derek Harmon on the board, got to take him.
That was a hell of a pick. Let's see what Jay Tuck's got going down. So he went Luther Bird in round 1. He was thinking about going Hampton, but are you thinking running back again in round 2?
That's a little quirky right now, but I kind of like it. Yeah, go to running back right now for me. I mean, I would strongly consider Trey Amos here.
Quint
Damn, bro. This draft is broken. So I can chill a little bit.
You're thinking Amos at corner potentially. Who would you have liked to have seen here at running back?
Well, I mean, I still have everybody here. I still have Junkins, Henderson, Harvey.
Yeah.
I
don't know why Sycamore has them all out of the top 50.
Well, in your guys' opinion, though, so obviously we think Gentry's going probably top 10. We think Hampton's going round 1. Do you think there's going to be a run on these guys early day 2? Is that what you're anticipating?
Early second round, in my opinion. I think we're going to see another 2 or 3 off the board early day.
Massive run, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm kind of do I grab them now? Because I'm not sure what this draft is. Just go back to all again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I really do like Trey Amos, though, as well. The corner.
That's a fall, too. I mean, him and Morrison fall. And Revel. I mean, this.
You know what? I'm going to go Trey Amos here. I'm going to go Trey Amos. I'm going to go corner.
Great, solid pick. I mean,
That's a
this is a
great
guy
pick.
we've seen in the first round.
him.
I've seen Rebel in the first round. I've seen Morrison in the first round. Somehow all three are here at 44. Best available on the board.
This is new. As many times I did these mocks, they never go like
I know.
that.
Yeah,
And all
Morrison
I'm
might
hoping-
fall because of his injury. I think he
Yes.
like broke his
The
tore his
hip
ACL or
injury,
hip
yeah.
or hip injury.
He
Oh
had
yeah,
hip
hip.
injury.
He had surgery.
I'm just praying the board looks like this. Bills
Undrafted
can
there.
trade up at some point with like maybe Indy, because I think what I've noticed is we'll see cornerback starts to run right at around Arizona and Atlanta. So great choice here by you, Jay Tuck, to get out ahead of it. Trey Amos to the Cowboys.
Let's see who well, this Washington next.
All right, Washington's on the board. Wow, by the way, my Bills, this draft is broken. Cam Scadaboo, I guess they must have found a trade partner for James Cook on day 2, because I don't know what's
Right.
going on here. But Washington on the clock. What do we think Rio would like here on day 2?
I don't know what they need.
How are their corners looking? Did they?
Probably-
I mean, they
they're
got
probably
Marshawn
corner.
Lattimore, but are they good at corner? Because I know they were in pass
I need
defense
corner,
hell.
right? Corner or edge, so maybe like or linebacker like Demetrius Knight or Benjamin Morrison.
Yeah, I was thinking Ben Morrison there.
Yeah, Ben Morrison. They need corners.
Yep, Ben Morrison. They've been, many have said if not for the injury, could be the best corner on the board. Falls down to 61 here.
Yep.
Goes to the Commanders, and as we know, if that defense can get better, man, look out. So sure enough, the
Philly.
backfield there. Day 2, Philly rounds us out on day 2. Al, what looks good to you at 64?
Man, this is where, we lost CJ Gardner-Johnson. I was pissed. I was pissed off about that. But you know what? This board is falling great and is looking good. So I'd see 2 safeties I possibly want. But I got to go with the best one. That's right here. So we're going Kevin
I
Winston
love
Jr.
Kevin Winston, man.
Yes,
Love
we get
Love me
our
some Kevin
safety. Now, I don't think he just automatically starts. I think he's going to compete. Can he beat out Sidney Brown? If not, it's
Yes.
cool because Reed Blankenship is on a 1-year deal. So, yeah, we
Good
get our
luck
safety.
starting on that Philly D walking in. To me,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
my God. But hey, you keep the kid in PA, goes from PSU to Philadelphia. Kevin Winston, safety to the Eagles. And then KB, you kick us off round 3 at 65.
All right, man. I seen 65 is like the pick in the Giants community that everybody takes. Jalen Milroe.
Oh, boy.
I did it for a little bit to sort of, I guess, accommodate the crowd. But if anybody knows my philosophy, how is Jackson Dart ranked 132? What the hell is going on?
Right, bro. It's like
that
y'all
just caught
don't-
that just
I
caught
know.
my eye all of a sudden. I mean, I'm not the biggest Jackson Dart guy, but golly, all
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm saying.
he's gonna be a 4th-round pick.
I'm telling you, man.
Trevor Sycamore, we gotta knock some sense into you, man. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that this time. If anybody knows my philosophy, if you're not gonna get one early, don't get one at all. The Giants aren't in a market right now to develop a quarterback. If you're gonna get one, he's gotta be your future starter. So what we have Derek Harmon and Abdul Carter so far, right? So we're addressing
Not
the
too shabby.
trenches. Yeah, not too shabby at all. Can I take back a look at an interior offensive line? I'm just gonna be looking at it. I don't really necessarily have a big want for one right now, but I'm just looking at them. Nah.
Is this where you could consider tackle, kind of like you were sort of thinking about in the first round?
Could, but I'm not gonna get tackle. Can I look at running back?
Yep.
Yeah.
So running back, Dylan Sampson's still hanging out there. And then you got your later round guys.
RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez. Ooh. Man. Because we need ourselves a bigger back to help complement with Tyrone Tracy, and I feel like Damian Martinez is probably a guy I'm considering. Either that or Femi Oladejo, the edge rusher out of UCLA. I really like him a lot.
Here's the full.
I don't know, but
board
we
again.
got Abdul Carter already. Yeah, I'm good with Oladejo. We don't need him. So I'm gonna go Damian Martinez here.
Damian Martinez.
Yeah. I forgot that we had Abdul. Yep. So I'm going Martinez here. Big back. He's gonna get those tough yardage for us. He's gonna be a good complement to Tyrone Tracy. We try to wane off of Devin Singletary. So 6 foot 232. He's big guy. And I think
21 as well.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be a really good match with Tyrone Tracy.
Love the pick. Solid work so far, KB. Damian Martinez in the backfield for the New York Giants. J Tuck, you're up 76 in round 3 for the Cowboys.
All right, now it's time to go get me my running back, and my running back is RJ Harvey out of UCF, one of the most explosive running backs in college football. Over 1,300 yards 2 years in a row. Yards after compact. He ran a 4.4 at the combine. Phenomenal at the backfield. I love everything about RJ Harvey. He's a little bit older as a prospect, 24 years old, but we have Javonte Williams, and I feel like he's going to be able to counter what Javonte Williams brings as well. So I think we have a good tandem to go from there. So is he going to be the jersey seller exciting pick? Absolutely not, but he's more than capable, and I feel like this is a great value pick to be able to get RJ Harvey. So I'm going with RJ Harvey out of UCF.
Love the pick.
Love this player.
Love the pick.
And PFF agrees with you. The Dallas Cowboys are
probably all me.
Yeah. J Tuck is locked down 24% of the market share on RJ Harvey on PFF, and he gets him with pick 76 out of UCF. I believe it was.
My trade back.
No, 84 is your trade back pick, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. With Tampa Bay, you trade in the first round 12 to 19, so you're back on the clock here again in round 3 at 84.
Oh, okay. So yeah, look at defensive tackle for me. Let's see here.
Where am I looking here?
Where's he go? All right, you're right. Oh, a little bit, right below that one, right there. Interior. All right, so we got Big Jordan Phillips, Mark Caldwell, Ty Robinson. I can probably wait. JJ Pegasus. Okay, so we'll go back to all. So I'm probably going to consider edge here. And Oluwafemi is there, sitting there right in the face.
I love Femi, bro.
Yeah, he's like a red blinking light. Like, come on, Tuck. Like, what are we doing? So good pressure guy. 7 sacks out of UCLA. 6'3", 250. Extremely versatile. So I would consider him. But another guy I also like, who was also a 30-day visit, was Elijah Roberts. Out of SMU, sitting there at the edge position. Yeah, so wow. Elijah Roberts is a big body. This is the guy I really want to keep away from Philly because he smells very Philadelphia Eagles or 49er-esque. So I like Elijah Roberts. 6'4", 295
on the edge.
Yeah, bro, he's a monster. He's just like, I did a film session.
That's like Shamar Stewart
on my channel. Shameless plug, but yeah, man, I love Elijah Roberts. I might just want to go with Elijah. You know what? I'm gonna go with Elijah. Man, I like Elijah. So
I can see why. Let me ask you, J Tuck, though. What are your thoughts on Oluwafemi dropping down the board here? I've seen this happen kind of frequently here.
Yeah, I'm not sure because, like I said, overall he had a good combine. He had a good career at UCLA. So I'm not really sure what's really happening.
I think it's the position change. They don't really know how consistent he's going to be. He
played
all-ball linebacker.
He's more of a tweener. I think that's the problem. So that could be the reason why. But overall, like I love him as a prospect.
Yes.
Also, Kyle Kennard, but I really like Elijah Roberts, and it's just there. Like he's just a tank, man. He reminds me of a lot of Jarrett Verse, man, kind of from last year. So I'm going with Elijah Roberts.
These numbers don't lie. And I think, it's funny. The name to player recognition is taking some time to catch up. You see Ohio State, you see Michigan, Penn State, Bama, whatever, and you immediately link that to, all right, he's got to be up there for a reason. SMU in the playoff last year, a team that I still think is going to take some time for the public to catch up on, understanding that they got guys like Elijah Roberts putting up these type of numbers. So love that type of pick here. Great start so far for everybody. Really, I'm kind of digging everything that's going down here. And we're going to see what J Tuck's got for us after we see what Eagle Al's got for us at 96. Al, you're on the board. Man. Double dip at edge here. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, well, this gonna beef up our line, man. I'm really surprised Tuck didn't take Femi, but Elijah Roberts, I wanted him too because again,
he looks like he looks like an Eagle, man.
I think if Femi right there, the Eagles don't pass up on them. So I'm trying to think of them and like myself, and I like Charles Grant too, but I don't know if we need a tackle right now.
Hey,
but Charles Grant is really, really good. But you got to go edge. You got to get the because we the Super Bowl champs. Not trying to brag, but we just trying to get the best player
putting it out
available.
there.
Get as much defense. I mean,
this run here. If you go Femi here, man, I mean, good God, I don't even know what to say.
Man. You got to go Femi. You have to. Yeah, I draft Femi. Yeah.
All right.
Right there.
Eagle L says deal. He presses down the red button. Femi is an Eagle. And so far, that defense for Philadelphia, easily the best in the league at the end of the year last year, is getting significantly better in the 2025 draft. All right, KB, pick 99. You're on the board to round out round 3.
All right. I want to see one of my guys there. Can I go to corners real quick? I think he's probably taken. Oh, he's not. He's not. Yeah, I'm gonna phone this one in. I don't even want to look at anybody else. I'm gonna take Kobe Bryant here.
Oh my,
cornerback out of Kansas. Yes.
Not worried about his size, man.
Oh, not at all. Listen, we have Cordell Flott, who's exactly his measurables, and he's not good. Kobe Bryant has that dog in him. He plays a lot bigger than he actually is. If they can get him to beef up a little bit, I think he perfectly fixed his defense as well. The Giants play a lot of off coverage stuff, and I think he fits it so well. So I'm in love with Kobe Bryant. So
actually, because there's two Kansas corners. So Kobe is the dog. He's the scrapper, and Mello Dotson, he's the walking pick six, man. So we had a good secondary. So you can't go wrong with either or. But I hate to see him in a Giants uniform. But
if there's one guy who I think is gonna be a borderline day 2, day 3 guy that's really gonna work out, I have confidence in, it's Kobe Bryant. So I'm taking him.
Kobe Bryant, you're a New York Giant. Love it. And KB quickly back on the board, just 6 picks down. In round 4 at 105, so you get Kobe Bryant at corner at 99. What's the move here in round 4?
Let's see. We got. Can I look at my picks real quick? Let's see, just to kind of go down the order. We got Abdul, we got Derek, we got Damian Martinez, Kobe Bryant. All right, so I'm trying to think where else we can attack here. I know a lot of Giants fans want to get some off-ball linebacker depth. I don't really care too much about it, to be honest with you. Let's look at interior offensive line. I think there might be a guy right there I might take. Jared Wilson. Don't know how capable he would be in playing guard. He's played center throughout. He played a little bit of right guard, but he's mostly a center. I wouldn't care to draft him. I know we have John Michael Schmitz, but John Michael Schmitz is just not good. I would like to provide some competition for him because he's never had competition. Since he's been drafted, they kind of just gave him the spot. I would like to see what Jared Wilson could provide there as far as competition goes, and then if he could win out one of those guard spots as well, and kind of push out Greg Van Roten, see if he can do that. So I'm gonna take Jared Wilson here, center out of Georgia.
Jared Wilson, they got him at a 90.5 overall pass blocking grade. Graded at 87, you get him at 105, so solid pick there.
Slow down the thing.
Pause it up.
That's fine.
No, we don't need Howie trading up no more.
Yeah, no more Howie.
He's already running the show.
Let me see who's on the board really quick.
That's the problem. You can't do that. I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense. You can't pause it and look at the board. Does that make any sense to anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think who is this? Washington or Arizona? Let's see. Arizona might not do it.
Here's the picks after the Giants, by the way, if your guy went or not.
Oh, damn.
I don't think he did. I want to make a move with the Dolphins because I got to see if it worked.
Okay.
Dallas Goedert is going to be gone. So it's time to offer Dallas Goedert to the Dolphins, see if we could get back in this 4th round.
Wow.
We're going to see.
Player trade.
Man.
Right. So let's
Howie
see.
Roseman be making proteges out of his fans now, man. They all think like him now.
Dolphins say ask and you shall receive. They're locking that in. They're all in on it. Al, you locking that in? They want Goddard.
Yeah.
Offer trade.
So pick 116.
No, offer trade. Offer trade. There we go.
All right, actually resume draft. No.
Thank God. We could not afford another blunder. Trade is offered. Trade is locked in. Now we can resume the draft.
We got a 4th for Goddard. And now
4th for Goddard. Eagle Al back on the board at 116.
All right, so let's look at tight end. Who is on there? I think I'ma go. Yeah, we're gonna go Gunnar Hemp. We're gonna go Gunnar Hemp. I like him. He actually reminds me of Dallas Goddard. His size.
Big man.
He struggled with like separation. Just how Goddard was coming out of college. I like his blocking skills. I think he's one of the better blocking tight ends in this draft. So we go Gunnar Hemp. That's our guy. That's our replacement.
Gunnar Helm, a swap for Dallas Goddard in the 4th round, making moves with the Miami Dolphins. Lock that pick in. Commanders back on the board at 128. So far for Washington, we've done Omari and Hampton in round 1, Ben Morrison in round 2.
What do they need?
Round 4, no 3rd round pick for Washington. So we're in round 4, pick 128. Needs currently, based on the PFF evaluation, running back, we've secured that. Cornerback, we've secured that. Guard and edge.
Yeah, they can use a guard. They have Dietrich Wise starting for them. Oh God.
They can give Maureen Hampton his guard and Willie Lampkin, even though he's undersized a little bit, but he's powerful. Antoine Powell Rowland, that kind of fits what Dan Quinn likes to do. I don't know why I'm helping the damn Commanders. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, right?
yeah. Let me see. Luke Kandra out of Cincinnati. Tyler Batty out of BYU, lunch pail, but he's not really Dan Quinnish. So I would probably say either Lampkin or Antoine Powell.
We thinking Lampkin with the connection to Hampton, or are we leaning Powell around here?
I think Powell
that makes
fits
sense.
Powell fits what Dan Quinn likes to do, though. But yeah, I think Willie Lampkin, even though he's like 5'10" or something like that, so I think that's why he gets knocked. But he plays with a lot of
Oh
power.
my God, he's
so.
5'10".
Yeah, I know, right? They get or 5'11".
Oh my God.
You know? Yeah, his size, you know.
Oh man.
So he played center as well. Or I think we got some Commanders fans. I would say just go with Antoine Powell. Who cares?
Is that what the chat's saying? They're looking at edge.
They said the edges, so
edge, yeah.
Yeah, they want an edge.
all right, we'll just take
edges.
Antoine.
Let's edge him up. Antoine out of VTech going to the Commanders at pick 128. That's going to do it for the East in round 4. On to round 5. Jay Tuck, pick 149 in the middle of round 5.
All right, so we're back up, and so I'm looking at. Let's go look at linebacker real quick. I got all those picks left. Goddamn.
Yeah, you got a long way to go, man.
So,
you got a lot of day threes.
So if you factor this in, I am probably either going to look at Cody Simon or Cody Lindenberg to get the linebacker help. So Cody Simon, Ohio State, national champion. I really like Cody Simon's ability. But Lindenberger's a little bit bigger. He's like 6'4", like almost like 230, something like 240.
Yeah,
so he has the flexibility to kind of move around a little bit. So you really can't go wrong with either or. But I'm gonna go with Cody Simon at Ohio State.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with a linebacker out of the Big Ten. Cody Simon, Ohio State, to the Dallas Cowboys at 149. Love it. All right, KB, you're back up 154.
Oh man. Let's see. I was looking at Tyler Shuck. I should have had to laugh because a lot of
I like Tyler, man.
A lot, yeah. I just don't see a point of drafting a 26-year-old quarterback that
with
on a
multiple
team,
injuries.
Yeah, with multiple injuries on a team that already has like 2 decent quarterbacks. Like I don't know why people want him. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I may want to double dip defensive interior with how weak that position is for the Giants right now. Man,
You want to take a peek?
yeah. Cause cause I would probably go Ty Robinson here, to like add some depth, a good rotation to those DTs. Let me just take a gander at like a wide receiver, see if we can get some depth there if we need it.
Kyle Williams falls down PFF's board every time, single time he's sitting here late.
Yeah. Nobody I would really take a chance on there. I'm trying to think of any other positions. Let me take a look at off-ball linebackers. Let's see. Damn. Yeah, not too much. Not too much of a selection there. Yeah,
bleak.
I'm just gonna go. Give me Ty Robinson.
Ty Robinson, Nebraska. I heard Jay Tuck's damn it. He was hoping he'd fall a little bit farther.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Well, get ready for some Eagles picks. We're about to go on a run here.
I'm going to grab some dinner and I'll be back.
What is going on here? 161, 164, 165, 168. Al, get to filling them up here.
All right. So let's go to running back. Oh, he's not there. So let's go to guard. We didn't get nobody in the line yet. O-line. I like Connor. I like Connor. Yeah, I'll go Connor Colby. Yeah.
Connor Colby, guard out of Iowa. 1 down, 3 to go.
Thing is, I'm actually looking for a special teams ace. Go to linebacker. Let's see. I like Teddy Buchanan as well. Yep, out of Cal. Like him a lot. Downhill. He is projected to be a good special teams ace at least his first year. I like this guy a lot. Big. You could really develop this dude.
Lock that
especially
in.
with Nakobe Dean. Yeah, lock that in.
All right.
Definitely.
Teddy Buchanan.
Yep.
Lock it in. Next pick. Eagle Al at 165 from 164.
All right, let's look at wide receiver. And the reason why we need somebody to replace Brenton Covey. And I like Jalen Lane because he's the speedster. He can be that special teams ace. He could be a punt returner, kick returner, and make the team that way. So I like Jalen Lane for sure. Yeah.
Lock it in, Lane, and then your final pick on a massive run here. 168 to round you out.
All right. So
take Tyler Shaw.
Well, we're gonna take that Tyron Egram Dawkins. That I like him.
Edge out of Georgia.
Yep.
Another edge. Philadelphia Eagles. All right, Eagle Al, great work. That puts you down for now. Now we're about to go on a massive Cowboy run with 6 remaining picks.
All right, bro. All right, Tuck, let's wake up. All right, so I'm going to go with Cameron Jackson. I mentioned defensive tackle, so here's our big body. It's a fat, nasty, just plug in there one tech. And, hopefully that Matt Eberflus can find some engine, some motive. But all he has to do is go in there, just stuff blockers and free up our linebackers. So I'm going with Cameron Jackson here.
6'6", 340.
I was thinking about him kind of like being a backup guy to Dexter Lawrence, but
I was going to go with Ty Robinson, and he took him for us. So here I got 204 and 211. Okay, so I'm going to go safety here. I'm going to go with RJ Mickens, safety. Gives you some versatility, played well in the ACC. He's a little bit smaller, but he can play both roles. So whether he can play free or also in the strong, because he can come down and tackle and also line up in the slot. So I'm going with RJ Mickens there.
Mickens at 204 to break up the Cowboys picks. 205 is Washington. And so far for Washington, we've only 5 picks, by the way, for Washington. That's crazy. Hampton, Morrison, Powell Ryland was our last choice.
Damn.
205 here. And we've gone
do they need
corner.
a safety? Do they need a safety? Malachi Moore?
Let's see. Corner, running back, and edge. So we could look at interior O-line here, I suppose.
Yeah, interior O-line.
Let me see what they need here.
I gave them a corner, right? So they got a corner.
Yep, Ben Morrison in the second round.
And they're good at wide receiver. I don't know. Commanders fans, chime in.
Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, Commanders. I know there's some Commander fans in there.
Yeah, Commanders fans, y'all chime in. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what we got thus far.
This is why I just do Cowboys coverage. You know, if you guys tell me what you need at the grocery store, I can tell you what's available. But I don't know what you don't say. I don't know what your grocery list is.
Well said. Well said. Let's take a peek at the chat. Let us know, Commanders fans, what you're thinking. 2 remaining picks for Washington.
I see wide receiver for Commanders.
Oh yeah, wide receiver. Yeah.
I'm seeing trade for JJ Watt. I like the mindset. I like the idea.
Yeah, wide receiver. They're saying.
Yeah, now I'm just looking at PFF need list. So
I'm seeing Pat Bryant.
Armstrong, Pat Bryant. I like Pat Bryant out of Illinois. He should be, unless he got snagged already.
Gone.
He's already gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, Pat Bryant's gone. So you got for wide receiver, he had Andrew Armstrong, who was the leading receiver in the SEC. He's like 6'4", but just doesn't get the credit for whatever reason because he transferred from a small school. So that could be a wide receiver. I see people saying protect Jaden.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, but how are you gonna protect Jaden in the 6th round? I mean, you're not
right.
You guys ain't starting for you. You guys kind of want to just get
special team guys. So
you know,
I don't know. Give him Andrew Armstrong and keep it moving.
Let's do it. Andrew Armstrong, wide out of Arkansas. Back to you, Jay Tuck, at pick 211.
All right. So I am going to, I got 211, 217. Okay. So I'm going back to SMU and Jared Harrison Hunter. Really love this kid. He can play some versatility. He played alongside Elijah Robinson. He has some upside potential, very athletic. So he's one of those guys who can get in the late round and maybe can mold something diamond in the rough. So going with Jared Harrison Hunter.
All right. Another Mustang heading to Dallas. Now 217 back on the board.
217. Now I'm going over to the offensive line. Do offensive interior for me real quick. All right. So, hell, I know we just brought in if you're an offensive lineman, we're having open tryouts, it feels like right now in Dallas because we're bringing in everybody. But a guy I really like is Jake Majors out of the University of Texas, that he's a center, played well. But we do have Cooper Beebe. But he's a very intelligent center. I really like him, but we just brought in a bunch of centers. So I'm going to go back to offensive tackle, and I'm going to go with Jalen Travis. Yeah, Jalen Travis. So he has that position flex, right? 6'7", he's young. So he has the size, he has explosiveness. He just has that frame that maybe you can just turn a mold of clay. So I'm going to go with Jalen Travis.
Jalen Travis at 217. All right, the Giants are up now with pick 219, KB.
All right. I cannot believe Tyler Shuck is still there. I cannot believe he's still there. Can I look at quarterbacks in general? Let me look at quarterbacks real quick.
I mean, you got all of them pretty much still there.
Oh, my God. Oh, I was hoping for a Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord's taken. That's probably like the only day 3 guy I would take. So somebody in the comments wanted me to take Kyle McCord. Sorry, guy, he's not here.
You're gone.
He's not here. I saw Malachi Moore there. The safety.
Yep.
Yeah, he's probably a guy that I would like it as depth to put in the slot because besides Andrew Phillips, the Giants don't really have much slot defenders and kind of projects mostly to be a slot guy, slot corner. So I'm gonna take him here.
All right, Malachi Moore, 219 to the New York Giants. Cowboys are gonna be back on the clock, 239 towards the end of the draft.
All right, 239. Look at running back again, because I might double dip.
What?
Yeah, so we got Corey Kiner, Raheem Sanders available, Jaquindon Jackson.
Oh, Montreal. I like Montreal.
Jaquindon Jackson,
Are you trying to get rid of my guy Deuce? Is that what you're trying to do?
I mean,
man,
you want me to trade? You know what I'm saying? I'll put him on the block. All right,
y'all keep him, but I want him to play.
We already took corner, but I wouldn't mind him just another guy. Zah Frazier out of UTSA, good quality corner. Can play all over a little bit. Can play in the box. Has some versatility. 6'3", of course. So you could probably mold something out of him. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Zah Frazier there. Another corner.
Zav Frazier at 239. Commanders up at 245. We didn't give him an interior alignment, so that's what we're going to do here.
All right.
We're going to give him best available. Tim McKay, North Carolina State, the future of the Washington Commanders offensive line in the 7th round. G-Men, you're up. KB, 246.
I'm going to go with a shocker here. Give me Ryan Fitzgerald, the kicker, out of FSU. That's right. The Giants need to move on from. They need to move on from Graham Gano. I don't know too much about kicker. I don't watch kicker film.
I'll tell you guys because I'm an FSU guy. Like he was our only offense that we had last year in a horrible season.
There you go. When you got a team where the MVP's the kicker, you got to take him.
Right. He really was.
The Giants need to get away from Graham Gano.
Like, just get in field goal range, man. Like just get in field goal range. Let's get on the board, man.
So everybody's saying that he's the guy in this draft, so I'm just gonna take him because the Giants and Graham Gano, all the antics with is he ready to play, and what happened against Washington kind of haunts me still because we kind of lost that game because he was like a late scratch all of a sudden because he hurt himself like on a kickoff return. So I'm kind of done with Graham Gano. We need to move on, and so I'm just gonna use my last pick on a kicker.
Final pick is the kicker for the G-Men. Last pick of the 2025 NFC East Roundtable mock draft. It is yours, J-Tuck, 247.
All right, scroll down slightly for me. Let me see if he's there. I do like Arondé Gatson, tight end out of Syracuse. You know, his father played for the Dolphins, Quentin Jackson. Don't need a quarterback. Will Shepard could be a special teams guy. Go to edge for me. I'm sure Elijah's still there. Yeah, I'm going to go with Elijah Austin. Oh, I like Colin Oliver still there is available. So Elijah Austin, he played at Marshall next to Mike Green, transferred to Miami. Had a decent season, but he has that Micah Parsons type build. Just kind of an edge rush guy, crop top and all that. He was actually on the show. Salute to Elijah. So I really like his motor and what he can bring. So I would probably go Elijah Austin. But I'm also looking, hold on, why is Colin Oliver? Click on Colin Oliver. I like Colin Oliver, like Oklahoma State as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Elijah. Elijah Austin this pick.
All right, Elijah Austin locks in the final pick of the mock draft. They never give you grades when you do multiple teams, which is super.
I know, it sucks.
So you can't look at the board while you're trading. I don't
even remember where I drafted now.
I know,
right?
You can't and you can't go back and look at the whole thing. I don't understand.
We need to clip this and tweet it to Trevor Sycamore to fix his stuff. Come on, Sycamore.
Right?
Yeah, we have plenty of requests, but I will say, fellas, from what we can remember,
the show and see what I drafted.
Right.
Go back and skip over Eagle Al's portion because I think he ran through it. But for the most part, fellas, I think everybody did a solid job here. That was a real good start to finish draft for everybody. I think everyone got impact players on day one. I think multiple for the majority of you guys. So hell of a job done. And it's a week from tonight where we find out what happens for real. So we got the mock out of the way.
I can't wait, man.
I can't wait to complain about who we got. I can't wait.
And I can't wait to be on here with you to complain. Once the draft concludes, we'll, of course, be back on to talk about what these teams did for real. So on the way out the door, like button if you could, subscribe button if you could. That way you can be notified of when we do hop back on post-draft to talk about what the 4 teams in the East wound up doing in Lambeau for the 2025 NFL Draft. But that's going to do it for us tonight on the NFC East Roundtable. For Al, KB, J-Tuck, and Rio, who could not be with us this evening, I'm your host, Z-Bot. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning into the NFC East Roundtable, and we'll see you on the next one.